I could hear me, I couldn't see me. Let's make sure my volume's on. Crazy! Anyway, I am so happy to see the world's greatest entertainer, Vintage Optimism, C. Cruz. See who else is here? Scroll on down. Paranormal Witch. B. Hello, everybody. Very happy to see you on this Wednesday. Yes, I'm doing a little reformatting of DearDana, calling it a rebirth of sorts. Yes, everybody in here still going to be the butterflies. That's part of rebirth. I'm bringing myself onto a second leg, so to speak. And you're all coming with me. All of us original butterflies, we are starting to spread our wings a little bit and fly, fly, fly. Thank you for all of the butterflies, Vintage. So glad to see you here. I've thought about you every day. I was a little worried. Maybe a lot of worried. But anyway, we're going to be doing a lot of new stuff in here. Starting to grow. And just want to expand a little bit. We're going to be learning more, doing more, and starting to have guests. I don't know if you saw, but the young woman that I told you that sings like an angel, she can sing. She can sing everything. And she has yet to be discovered. So it is my hope and prayer. You know how I kind of like to uplift people? See them find their true journey and passion? And help them fly, like Vintage says, fly, on their, I guess, life path. I really think the world needs to hear her. So it is my hope and prayer, and I don't want to tell you exactly her name and everything yet, but it's my hope and prayer that the more people that see her, the domino effect, and hear her on Saturday, that there will be, it's my vision too, and my gut feeling, that someone will see her, feel her, whatever, that will be the one right person that is a good human, can't be anybody, can't be just anybody, that will want to take her under wing and manage or sign her. Because she's special. I just feel like she's special. Like all of you have a special thing, and I know that you do. I just feel like she's special. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully, if enough of us spread it out that somebody sees her, the right person will come forward. Just feel it. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, and it's a special weekend too. It's the anniversary of 9/11. It's the anniversary of 9/11. And it's the day before my son's anniversary. And that's not important to you necessarily, but it is to me. So it's a special weekend, butterflies. So before we get started, and it's a little bit of a tricky conversation tonight, we're going to touch on a few things. You know how Wednesdays we go a little deeper usually? Tonight is about, have you ever encountered a malignant narcissist? We know there's a few different kinds of narcissists. There's levels, right? There's levels. Malignant's pretty heavy duty. Malignant is heavy duty. Hey, JC Bear and Monica Hall and Queen B. Malignant's more of the heavy duty version. They can be tough. And we'll get into what they're about. I'm sure we've all encountered a malignant narcissist. Maybe not directly, But maybe at work or in the family or school or somewhere in our environment, or we've seen one on television. Ooh, baby, they're a tough one. The other discussion that's been in the YouTube airwaves is about, some of you might know who Nosey Heaux is. I don't know her personally. Yes, Queen Bee, all narcissists are hard to deal with, but malignant ones, think of malignant cancer, right? What does that usually mean when you hear malignant? But anyway, but malignant is the toughest version. Girl, scary. I'm sorry, Shelly Marie. But going to Nosey Heaux, the word on the street, she had 4 channels. Hello, Coffee KK. Ooh, I need to put my glasses on. I hesitate. I don't like the glare. And these are busy glasses. I can't find my list, busy glasses that don't have a pattern. Oh, I am sorry. I'll put these on for a second. Some people don't like, my students didn't like me with my glasses on, but they do get a glare, which I don't like. Anyway, I'll take them back off. The word on the streets is Nosey Heaux, the one that was trying to unmask the avatar, had all 4 of her channels taken down. And then I hear rumors, because you know I don't like to get into all the heavy negativity. They're trying to blame certain people for taking it down and striking it. But you know, the truth of the matter is, YouTube watches things that go on in our channels. Like, they don't like you to use certain words. Like if someone did something bad to a woman. Hello, Rita Montijo. They don't like you to use certain words. So that's why you hear us spelling certain words or omitting certain words. They don't like you really to use curse words or derogatory words on your channel. You can get your channel struck or demonetized. That's why you don't hear me using, well, I don't use them much anyway, but you don't hear a lot of that on my channel for sure. Hey, Marzi. So I don't like derogatory or nasty words on my channel. I mean, I might slip and say HE double hockey sticks or something like that occasionally. But YouTube, they will strike your channel, and 3 strikes and you're out, usually. Or 4 strikes. They'll take down your channel or demonetize. Now, I'm not monetized. I don't make money on my channel. I have to pay on my channel to keep my channel running currently. I have to pay. Meaning I have to pay to use StreamYard and pay to do other creative things to keep it going. So I don't make money. But YouTube monitors things. And if you do some heavy duty stuff, they will remove your channel and you can't be back on YouTube. So we'll talk about all of that in a minute. I'm getting carried away. But I want you to notice there's something new going on here. And you can give me your opinion. But let me throw the intro down. Pay close attention, please. Do, 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 do. Did you notice? Play it one more time. Okay. What do you think? Or did it go by too fast? Did you notice? It's a new intro. Honest opinion. A lot of it was done in honor of you. That picture was drawn for me years ago. It's supposed to be me holding a psychology book. And it happened to have angels around me because of spiritual stuff. And it just happened to be drawn for me by an artist years ago, before I lost my son. Odd, huh? So I really want honest opinion. Honest. They drew it of me before my hair got longer. My hair was like this. Just happened not to be long. So it's supposed to be like a caricature of me. So if you don't like it, look, I like people to be honest, like raw honest. I don't like people kissing my butt or blowing wind up my skirt. You get me? Because I can always make changes. I don't like people kissing my butt. Because this is my channel and I want it to do well. Really? Okay. Eden helped me put it together. Did you see it, Dark Magician? Because I know you'll tell me the truth for sure. Not saying that y'all won't, but I know you love me. I'm going to throw it down one more time before we get going. Shelly says, I'm not a butt kisser, girl. I believe y'all. It could be brighter and a bit longer. Other than that, I love the intro. They won't let us do it but so many seconds. That's a problem. The seconds are limited. So that's about as long as they will let you. That is a problem. Yeah. So I may have to do some changes. I'll throw it down one more time so Dark Magician can see it. It may need tweaking. Did you see it, Dark Magician? Topics to throw in the background. That's what I'll need to do on my banner. Banner hasn't been changed yet. The banner on my actual page, which most people probably do not even see the banner when they come. Anyway, we will move on with the topics and not make y'all have to watch that over and over again. But you're part of my community, so your opinion really does count to me. And of course, all of you are the butterflies. So we will tweak it up. Good point, Dark Magician. But there's a good reason we needed to remove the other one. We needed to take away some juju. Thank you. Thank you for that, B. So we will work on it. So today's topic, talking about, I want to let you know what makes a malignant narcissist malignant. We know narcissists are self-involved. And they think about themselves. They can be charming to pull you in. And they can be very intelligent. We know that. Excuse me. But they tend to be the malignant narcissist. What makes them different is they tend to be preoccupied with fantasies and beauty and brilliance and success and power. They tend to be preoccupied in that world. No, not so much. I mean, they are reality-based in some ways, meaning they know they have to pay their bills and stuff. But they prefer to be preoccupied in a fantasy-based world and just focus on success and power and their beauty and how smart they are. They cannot handle criticism whatsoever. They will lash out if they feel the tiniest bit slighted or criticized. I mean the tiniest bit slighted. It can be over anything, really. It can be over something as small as, are they getting as big a size of piece of pie as somebody else? I'm not kidding, depending on the person. They are most likely the ones that will take advantage of others to get what they want. That especially sounds like Tom Girardi. They are always overly concerned with their appearance. They always want to be treated as superior. They do not have empathy for others in general. They may show empathy for others if it's going to get them the attention or the money or the things that they want as the end game. They always have an inflated sense of self, but they don't have the ability to self-regulate. People always seem to try to have to do it for them, but they don't like that. If someone tries to regulate them, they'll lash out. Because they want to be the one that everyone looks to as the one with the answers, the one with the power, the one with the attention. You see where it's going, right? They can be the dumbest rock in the place, but they will come off as the one with all the answers. Or they will try to make you feel like they do, until people are starting to get gaslit, where they start questioning their own understanding of things, because the malignant narcissist is manipulating the room so hard and fast. Now think in your lives, who have you experienced like this currently? They have absolutely no remorse for hurting others, particularly if you get in their way of meeting the needs of their self or meeting the goals of what they want, whether it is a love interest, whether it's about money, whether it's about things that they want. They have no remorse for anything they do. If they hurt you and you try to say you hurt me in this way, they will make it your fault that you got hurt. And they will say that you victimized them, until you're the one that ultimately has to say you're sorry. Until you're the one that ultimately has to say you're sorry. And you start questioning yourself and feeling bad about what occurred. It gets twisted. And you always question your reality. It's really messed up. I mean, a lot of narcissists do this anyway, but this gets really dark. A malignant narcissist takes it to dark, dark depths. And they will not apologize ever, 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 unless it may be in the public eye, or if in some way it will benefit them. They always feel like they deserve the best of everything. No holds bar, over and beyond everyone. And that you should feel the same way, but not if it keeps them from having the best. They will always overtalk you and others and monopolize every conversation, because they have to have all eyes and ears on them. And they will tend to mistreat others that they feel that are inferior of them, and have the, how do I say it? The mob effect or the group effect, mob mentality. You've seen it out in the streets. If someone starts going after someone and it gets hyped, others like pit bulls will do the same. You've seen it out in the streets, you've seen it on the news, and by gosh, you've seen it on YouTube. Deep down in the core, they're very insecure and they have a very weak sense of self, but they'll never let you see it. If you start getting close to that or you touch on that, they get dangerous. They will get very dangerous and lash out and can be very dangerous to the point that it goes beyond words. That's when it gets extremely malignant. And if they don't do the dirty work themselves, trust and believe, they will find a way to hurt you in some way, whether it's physical, emotional, or spiritually. They will always find a way to blame their behavior on others and project. Now, malignant narcissism isn't technically a mental disorder, even though it is in the diagnostic manual that psychotherapists and psychologists have, that we would have. It is more of a personality disorder. It's a personality disorder. If you look in the DSM-5, which is the diagnostic manual that psychotherapists, psychologists, psychiatrists work with, that we work with, it is a personality disorder more than it is a psychiatric or a mental health disorder, although it is in the same manual. It's more of an antisocial disorder. Now, you will find that people with malignant personality disorder will often be in a group sometimes that will end up breaking the law, whether it be a white collar or a blue collar law. Or they will be at the head of the table. You can find, let me give you an example. In the mafia, head of the mafia would be an example of somebody with malignant personality disorder. Hitler had malignant personality disorder. There can be people in society, they might love who they love while they have them close to them, but it's partly ownership. But they still can have malignant personality disorder. You get what I'm saying? Because their version of love is different from yours. You understand what I'm saying? Like we said, people have different versions of what they call love. Let me read what's going on in the chat. I know it's got to be buzzing. Omission got to speak his unmonetized channel on YouTube. Who said that? What does that say? Oh, I can't read that. Omission got to keep his unmonetized channel on YouTube. So Nosey Heaux losing all of her channels speaks volumes. Yes. You know, I watched a couple of pieces of her channel. I couldn't stay on because at first I thought when she was trying to find out who the avatar was, you know, there was so much hype about it But then I thought, ooh, there's a lot of negative things going on out here. And I couldn't stay and listen. And then as things got worse and I heard some of the things that she was doing, I thought, ooh, this verges on dangerous. Because some of her people in the chat were wanting to go out there and do some dirty work on the verge of causing harm. And some of the stuff she was saying, I thought, look at how many people that could really beat down or hurt. It just was, as a psychotherapist, my wheels were spinning, Jamal. My wheels were spinning. And I thought, whoa, but listen, it gets worse than this. I saw, someone sent me to a piece of video where she was doing race play. You know what that is, Dark Magician, right? Queen Bee. Who knows what race play is? And I was horrified. Someone was paying her. She suggested it. They didn't even ask for it. She suggested it on video that they pay her for race play. And she's on there talking about black women finding their own way, making their own money, and if they didn't, they were single moms and putting them down and all this stuff. And she was suggesting to a man, because she admits that she was a sex worker, she suggested to this man, would he like to have race play and her pay him? I didn't know what it was. Somebody had to explain to me and sent me that video. And I was horrified at what I was hearing. Now, I didn't watch when she went further than that, further than them agreeing to something in the conversation. I was horrified. Horrified. So she convinced him and said something about she needed to get off the YouTube, or I don't know. It was bad. And then I saw the Costco stuff start up. So I don't know where all of that went. But, and then I thought, people are trying to blame other creators for striking her video and taking it down, but YouTube doesn't play. YouTube does not play when it comes to serious stuff. They do not play. Matter of fact, they do have some guidelines, believe it or not. I didn't like it when I saw all the creators going after each other. And they were like, well, sometimes the creators plan that stuff. And they sort of kind of ignored that. But, when they were starting to try to blame each other for who took it down and who did this and this and that and the other, I thought, you know what? I've heard some stuff. They don't play. So I honestly do not think it was because of other creators. I think YouTube personally started hearing stuff through the grapevine, or, they will watch your videos. Trust and believe, they will scan some of your videos if things start popping up, and they will take your stuff down. They will flag your stuff themselves. Because Sheila Swan, if you all remember, made me that really nice little short video on Heath Ledger that had the music behind it and clips of film. Well, what I didn't realize when he did it, because I didn't recognize it at the time, he put a piece of music behind it. Hey, make it make sense. That I didn't catch that was from a certain artist. And I got a letter from YouTube saying it was from that artist, and because of that, I needed to remove that piece of music or take the video down. And I looked at it and I thought, if I remove that piece of music, I don't know that the small video is going to be right. So I just removed it. So I actually got a letter from YouTube telling me if I didn't correct it and take the music out or remove it, I'd get a strike. So trust and believe, YouTube pays attention. They can demonetize your channel, which means you cannot make money off your channel. Like I said, I don't. Right now, I'm financially responsible for my channel. But the big YouTubers, you can get advertisers or, other stuff, but they'll demonetize it, or they can strike your channel, or if it's bad enough, they can remove your channel from YouTube. Nosey Heaux had 4 channels. 4. They removed all 4. I got to catch up to the chat. Let's see. Coffee said, make it brighter, longer than that. Love the intro. I think it incorporated everything, but add topics to throw in the background. Delusions of grandeur, B said, for malignant narcissism. That is absolutely right. Paranormal Witch says, you mean they get bored easily and they don't like to take advice and they're controlling gaslighters? Well, we can get bored easily, and sometimes people don't like to take advice. It's worse than that. It's more extreme than that. But yeah, I mean, you get the idea. Trying to go. Hi, Adam Harris. How's your fiance? So good to see you. What happened with Coffee K? Who has caused blatant damage? Is that your husband? My husband just cannot understand the damage he's caused from multiple cheating that he's done. I am so sorry, Coffee K. I don't know if you're still with him. That's so hard to deal with. Sometimes if they cannot understand and you cannot get them to therapy, sometimes you have to make life decisions. B says, what is the difference between a mental and a personality disorder? Okay, when it's a mental disorder, let me, when it's a mental disorder, it's a disorder that starts from somewhere in the brain. When it's a personality disorder, it typically develops either from a trauma or something that's occurred in your life growing up, or it's just developed from a glitch in your own personality. Maybe you were born that way. Maybe you're just a jerk, right? Maybe you were somebody that just grows up with that, has that kind of bad personality, or that was just grown up. If we believe in evil, some people believe in evil, right? Somebody may not be 100% evil, but someone may have evil tendencies. Why do people rob banks? Why do people shoot people, right? It's that kind of thing. You understand what I'm saying? Not all people that do bad things have a mental disorder. Some people just want to. You can treat mental disorders. You cannot always treat personality disorders. Does that make sense? Have I helped any? Like the snotty girl down the street. She's snotty. There's no drug to treat a snotty girl disorder. But what benefits do they get by being so? Doesn't their who get deflated? I don't understand that question. People that have malignant personality disorders, they can be riding high because they railroad everybody. They run over the top of everybody. They get what they want by being bullies and being ABU, Civ. You get what I'm saying? But do they really get true love? Do they get true anything? They get what they want because it's fear-based. I don't know that they ever get what they really, really want. I believe they get what they want because it's fear-based. People are scared of them. Now, if they meet another person that has a personality similar to theirs, they might. Birds of a feather flock together. But someone that's loving and kind, they don't mesh. Oh, that's a shame, Coffee KK, that he thinks that you're both doing great. If he's unaware and you've tried to tell him and he's still unaware, it may be time to reevaluate your life. I'm so sorry to hear that. And I'm sorry that you're in a position where you feel like you're not happy and you have to sit in that and realize that you're not in a happy place and they're unaware. Sometimes we do have to reevaluate our life, as painful as it is. I was in that place once before. Monica says, yes, it was scary, and it's scary that she has so many followers that will do anything for her. And Monica is speaking of Nosey Heaux. That is scary. And that's how, and I'm not comparing her to Hitler. Please let me preface with that. I am not. But people like Hitler and the Mafia and stuff like that, well, even superstars, and they're not malignant narcissists, but people start admiring their fearlessness and their fearlessness to do and say anything. Because some people wish they could be more like that. Maybe not to that extreme. Oh, make it make sense. Are you still here? Let me know if you're still here so I can answer that question. From what I understand, world's greatest entertainer, unless she just happens to come back under another name. Okay, make it make sense. Nosey Heaux, I saw and heard it with my own eyes and ears. Somebody sent me a video. I did not know what race play was. They asked me, did I know? I did not know what it was. I was thinking race car. Dummy. They sent me a video of her asking a potential John on the screen. I saw it. I don't know who was videoing it for her. Maybe she was trying to show her viewers. I think she was showing her viewers how to start sex business. She had a John getting ready to hook up with her, and she asked him, would he like to do race play? She was convincing him to do race play with her. And had him go ahead and pay. She was talking about the money he just paid. And she was sex talking him on the bed. And she had on green lipstick. And then when it got paid for and she got him all wound up, she got whoever was filming to cut it off. Saw and heard it with my own eyes. Talking about master this and this other stuff. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about it on here, but you hear what I'm saying? After trying to pump up, black women making their own money, and she was a sex worker and she paid for her own place, and she was a woman of power and all this stuff and yada, 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 and talking down single black mothers and other single white women and fat women and all this other stuff. I heard her say it. I don't say this to anybody. Let me preface. I just heard a lot of negative, bad stuff. People were pumping her up when she was going after the avatar, trying to find out what her real name and stuff was, who she was. And then she was trying to go after other cases. And then the last thing I saw was a flash of the little girl in Costco and the Costco girl and trying to go after that family and doxing people and stuff. And then boom, next thing I know, she gets shut down. But when you start throwing children in the mix and all the harm that could come, and I don't know whether her videos were tagged for the safety of children not to watch or not. I don't know the truth. I don't know if they were rated or tagged or not. I have no clue whatsoever. I know she had some kind of beauty channel. I don't know what the other channels were about. All I know is she had 4 channels. And then I heard on Marcella, her husband, let's say prayers for her husband. He's still in the hospital. He had 2 surgeries and had to go back in for another one. He's still sick. Please, let's say prayers for her husband. You don't have to know her. Some of you do know her. But bless her heart. And Nosey Heaux was wanting her to announce something. I don't know if it was about her being on Twitch or something. I don't know. But bless her heart, her husband went back in the hospital. And she's got a husband and a life. She had to do what she had to do for her life. And the next thing I know, I hear Nosey trying to go after her or chew her out or something. Allegedly. I don't know all the specifics. But Lord have mercy. Lift people up. Be about real life. Be about real life. Be about real life. Don't engage in all of that. She lost her channels. In my heart of hearts, I do not believe anybody went after her. I think YouTube shut her down because it got so bad. It got so dark and bad. And some of her ride-or-die viewers, what you call them, mermaids or seahawks or algae or clams or sharks or something in the ocean. I'm not saying all of them, but it sounds like, allegedly, that a bunch of them, after the channels got shut down, were upset and mad and going after folks, allegedly. But please, prayers and healing to Marcella's husband. Bless Marcella's heart. She's been through enough. Make it make sense. Please make it make sense. JC Bear says, you would be surprised what some YouTube followers do thinking they have been endorsed and encouraged. Unfortunately, the channel owner usually uses it for their own interest. It makes me sick. He says, not algae. Yeah. It makes me sick. Please. Please. That's why I was real careful. How I labeled this video. Because I'm not going after Nosey Heaux. And I'm not saying she's a malignant narcissist. I don't know her. But if the shoe fits, allegedly. I'm just giving my opinions on here. But if the shoe fits, allegedly. But we've had a lot of narcissists in our life. My ex-husband, huge narcissist. I haven't seen her on Twitch. I don't know how to get on Twitch. Although my daughter, I hear it's a gaming channel, but my daughter seems to think I need to get on Twitch. Monica, by the way, I'd like to know how your rash is doing. That's off subject, but as I'm seeing you and thinking about it, I better say it. Yes, please, please, if you are a praying person, or whatever, healing energy person, whatever, please pray for Marcella's husband and Marcella. Please. They've been through enough. And Queen Bee says, I think there are a lot of narcissists on YouTube. She is just a little more extreme, in my opinion. I agree with you, Queen Bee. I think there are a lot of narcissists on YouTube. And sometimes they start off nice. And then I think that they forget why they're on here. And maybe it depends on what area they come on here for, right? If they're into shock value or some reality TV, not all of them, it depends on the genre, I think. Some of the vloggers go way off left field or jump the shark. Hello, Areta Montijo. She says, no one should propagate those ideas, at least not in public. I could understand a desperate mother needing to make money, but I don't think that. I'm going to drop the link. I want to hear what you guys have to say. And also, reminder about Saturday, the special singer. I do want to share her as far and wide as we can. I would really like to get someone out in the universe that is a good human that would like to take her under wing. That would be my love to be my goal. I don't want anything out of it. I just want a good human, not a snake sliding on the ground, but a good human to come forth and take her under wing. Colonel says, my sperm donor was a huge narcissist. That was a nightmare for me. Thank you for asking. I still have a bad case of the itch, but the rash has really calmed down. I still watch your healing video every couple of days. We may need to have to do a live healing for you. Thank you, Sweet Sin. How are you? I'm going to drop the link because I want to know people's opinions. And I mean, honest to gosh, I could be way off, but I do think YouTube just said, this is enough. We don't want this represented on our platform because it could cause many, 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 many problems. Truth. I think that's what happened. It can get real dangerous real fast. And I don't think it was a race thing whatsoever. And I'm not talking about race play. I'm just talking about dangerous. Because we all see all the other trouble stays up there. Oh, thank you, Adam. That's so sweet. Hello, Ian Howe. I'm so happy to see you. But, also today, we can still talk about malignant narcissism in our lives, the situation with the channels being taken down with Nosey Heaux. But I also want to know about how are you guys and girls? How are you really doing? Why do we do that when people go, hey, how are you? How are you? And we all, I'm great. Things are good. Everything's cool. Well, really things are hitting the fan. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes they might be super great and we don't want to say because we're thinking we're bragging, right? Why do we do that? I'm talking away, nobody could hear me. JC Bear just sent me a thing and said, you are on mute. Okay, I'm going to say this again. Why do we, when people ask us, how are you? We always say, oh, I'm good, I'm fine, things are great. And we don't tell the truth. Maybe things are great. Maybe you got a raise. Maybe everything is so cool that you would love to tell somebody, but you're afraid that's bragging. Or maybe things are just awful and this is going on, and you wish you could really tell somebody and they could either support you, hold space for you, or give you advice. But you're sitting there saying, oh, things are great. Thanks for asking. Why don't we tell the truth? Why do we do that? Even if you consider yourself an honest person, why do you do that? Now, you might see me in another chat somewhere, and I'm saying, hey to so-and-so, hey to how are you? All this other stuff. And if I give you a compliment, I honestly mean it. And people might think I'm crazy for saying, hey to everybody and doing all this stuff. Look, I do it because I want you to know I like you, I see you, you matter, and I honestly want to know how you're doing. That's why I do it. And if I give you a compliment, it's because I mean it. I do not say what I don't mean. I want people to know I see you. You matter to me. I want to know how you're doing. So maybe I'm one of the crazies, and that's okay. Maybe I'm weird. And in my world, weird's okay. As long as I'm trying to do better for others and do better for myself and learn more, in my world, that's okay. So I want to know, legit, how are you doing? How are you doing? So tell me, how are you doing? Can you do that? I would really love to know. Sweet Sin says, my truth is I'm struggling with depression. There, I said it. It's hard to admit, I guess. Thank you for being honest. And if there is a way I can help you in any way, I will. Everybody struggles with it some, and there is no harm in reaching out. There's not. Shelly Marie says, how are you doing? Margie says she's doing okay. How about the apartment hunt? Margie, did you go with that real estate guy? How am I doing? I lost the diamond to my engagement ring last night. I looked down and the prongs were open and my engagement ring was gone. The diamond was gone. So that made me sad. I'm still sad. And my heart feels a little bruised because I know the weekend's coming up of Noah's Angelversary and I know it's going to get to me. But I'm still staying busy and I'm still trying to do things to fill my cup to improve myself. And I still feel love from my family, from you guys, and from my angelic troop. So I know I'm blessed and I'm grateful for other things. So thank you. Adam said he's exhausted and struggling and coordinating everything from here to where? From here in America. Thank you, Shelley. Yes, my heart did drop when I noticed it. And I keep looking on the floor hoping it'll shine somewhere, but no bueno. Yeah, I know. I hate to think about the dog's poop. Steven said the vacuum bags. Yes, she is a strong woman, Vintage. Paranormal, you will do great. Give it a little more study time than 30 minutes a day. That would be my recommendation. You got this, kiddo. Admitting it, sweet sin, I'm very proud of you. I'm very, very proud of you. Because it is a freedom to admit it. Anybody else want to tell me how you're doing? Are you still singing, sweet sin? I can't believe I muted myself again. I don't know how I end up doing that. Good night, Queen Bee. I'm sorry I missed you. I want to know, who of you knew about the whole Nosey Heaux thing? What's your opinion? You think she got slammed down because of YouTube? I do. There's rules and regulations in this here town. You got this, paranormal. When is your test? Maybe you can get a study buddy, paranormal, on Zoom. Maybe you can get a study buddy on Zoom. Bear Hugs Ian, are you leaving? You don't have to be an island. I would like to hear people's opinions. And did you have any occurrences with your own malignant narcissist? I try to stay far and wide from that. Far and wide. Good. Does, Sweet Tim, when you do sing, does it ease some of your depression? Paranormal Witch, start writing down things that you have to learn. The question and the answer. When you write it down, it helps get it in your brain better. Absolutely. JT Bear says there have been so many channels fighting back and forth doing nasty things to each other. It would have to be a YouTube ruling. 100%. It was so extreme. I mean, I've never seen someone be that fearless of everything they were saying and doing on their channel and not caring. So I was like, woo, honey, how's she getting by with all this? How's she getting by with saying and doing all this on the channel? Because you have to be real careful of what words you use. When you can't use the AB, use word, and you're using all the other words. Now, come on now. Come on now. You can use index cards, or you can just write, if it's a whole sentence you have to remember with a word in it, rewrite the whole thing in a notebook or on index cards. It doesn't matter. Rewriting the whole thing down and again and again and again is going to put it in your brain. I remember, Paranormal, you said, I'm studying 30 minutes a day. That's not enough. If you're having trouble with it, 30 minutes a day is not enough. Not enough. You should give a subject at least an hour a day. That's what we were told at college. At least an hour a day. Yeah, good idea, Vintage. How are you doing today, Vintage? How are you doing? I can understand that, Sweet Sin. I can completely understand that. Well, you might want... Oh, yeah. Whenever you can fit it in, but yeah. Good. Do you want to tell me what you're anxious about or no? Sheila's one says, what younger people forget, let's pull it up on the screen. What younger people forget is laws in society are in place to protect people, and the media follow those laws. That's why they check videos so they don't get fined as companies. But people with malignant personality disorder, and not saying Nosey Heaux has that, but some people think they are over and beyond those guidelines, or they do not care what the guidelines are, and they're going to run their show or their channel like they want to run it, no matter what. And they step all over those rules and regulations, and out it comes. And you don't know who's watching it or hearing it or what your viewers are going to do when they get off that channel. So if you are spewing out all of that hype and people are getting all tanked up and want to go out and do things after you've got them all wound up, how much responsibility does that put the platform under, or the creator under, or the people that are actually doing it? You see what I'm saying? So to try to say that specific creators cause this, in my opinion, I think those arguments are more for clicks and views. In my opinion, only, for whatever it's worth, I think that doesn't hold water. I think that's just to keep stuff rolling. And I think it should just be dropped and people move on and do their job. But unfortunately, like I said before, sometimes, you see it. I am so grateful. I am grateful, and I love all of you to pieces. You know that. But you've seen it, and I'm grateful for it too. My channel has grown, but it's grown slowly, but it's grown, and I'm grateful. But the ones that are drama and chaos and intrigue and fighting and all this virile stuff, they'll grow off the charts because people want to see all that yuck. Vintage says, not tonight, but thank you, Dana. I'm feeling better. So I'd rather not get into it. I appreciate the love. You are very loved, Vintage. And I appreciate you being here. Hugs to you, Vintage. Glad you're feeling better. Yes, very much so. Glad that you're feeling better. And I hope that you're almost finished with your beautiful dollhouse. And I hope she does consider going into business doing that. Thank you so much, Areta Montijo. I have to get 1,000 But it helps to get a little over 1,000 because, you can get 1,000 and it go to $9.99 or whatever. But you have to get 1,000 to get monetized and 4,000 watch hours. 1,000 to get monetized and 4,000 watch hours. A 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. To make it clear, I just threw numbers out there and didn't tell you what it meant. But thank you so much. Oh, you are most welcome, sweet fan. And you know how to reach out to me if you need. And we're going to do more things to help each other in here and bring calm to the heart. And we'll do more grief things, Grief is not easy. Lord knows I know. It's like the ocean. It sort of ebbs and flows. My greatest pain is my son and then my dad. But it ebbs and flows. It's like the ocean. But I love how in here, everyone supports each other and cares about what goes on with each other. And that's why when you come in here, I really, really want to know how you are. Whoa, you drove an hour to get to work. That is a long way. And still waking up after driving? You need coffee. Do you drink coffee, shoeless one? And Vintage, just to say, I want to make it clear. I understand last week. My intention was never to take your power away. So I get what you were saying. Never to take your power away. I understand why you need to own those words. I just never want to call you those words, and I never would. Because I care about you, and I think the world of you. So I just wanted to make that clear. And I don't want people saying bad words in my chat. Just to make it clear. Feel the love. I love your name. Thank you. You are most welcome, Vintage. And I want to see the end product of your dollhouse before you give it away, unless you've already given it away. Oh, I forgot to take that off. And Saturday, our beautiful singer will be here. So, as a rule, my opinion is YouTube removed all channels of Nosey Heaux for not following the rules of the whole platform, because she broke many rules that could cause harm. That is my opinion. I do not think anyone went after her channels. I can't speak. Thank you, Dana. I chose the name because of all the hatred on YouTube. Woo! I am clapping to your name, Feel the Love. I am clapping to that. Yes. I do not like the hatred on YouTube. I do not hate anybody. Well, the closest I have come is Lisa Rinna. You know Lisa Rinna? I don't like Lisa Rinna. And I may be adding, and I want your opinion about this, I may be adding a night at some point on here to break down famous personality characteristics, to break them down to see what makes them tick, what makes them act like they do. What do you think about that? To break their personalities down to see why they act like they do. Or something to that effect. I really love it when you all give me input. So if something would be very interesting to you, I would like to know, because it would be nice to have a night where we all picked something apart that was fun. Preferably a person. Lisa Rinna is on Housewives of Beverly Hills. She is a demon seed. She's a demon seed. She sold her soul to Satan. We don't like her. She is bad. I would love to see LVP come back on that show and take that wench down. LVP has had some rest. I would like to even see her to come on as a friend of Garcelle or Kathy Hilton and come on and take Lisa Rinna down. Take the wench down. Or either Denise come back on and take her down. Somebody needs to take her down. Talking about a malignant narcissist. Lisa Rinna. You do? You know, I like that idea too. Heath Ledger just didn't. We went. So maybe we just need to pick better celebrities to do it with. I want all of you to vote. Dead or alive. Maybe we'll pick a live one week and a dead one the next. How about that? That's what we'll do. We'll pick a live one week and a dead one the next. Vintage. Andy Cohen might let it happen. He might let it happen if LVP came back. He might let it happen if LVP came back. For Rinna to go. He'd sacrifice her in a minute if LVP came back. Yeah, let's think of, what do you think if we broke down a live personality one week and a dead one the next? That sounds awful, doesn't it? How about that? Yeah, the 27 Club. Willow said that, where all these stars died at 27. Yeah, if it's in Andy's best interest. But I'm thinking Andy might want to have another kid, possibly. I'm just so sick of Rinna. I just have this feeling with Harry, some stuff's going to start coming out. Rinna's going to need to... There's just something. You're 4 years behind in Oz? Do you mean 4 years or hours? Margie says, what is the 27 Club? A bunch of celebrities that died at 27 years old. A conspiracy theory. Yeah, see, here's the thing. I would like to do, I want to do that night because I would like a bunch of us to get involved Because I know we're talking in here, but I'd like for us to, get into the meat of it. Hendrix, Cobain, Joplin. Couldn't see it for a second. Prince. Yeah. Yeah. We'll call it Dead or Alive. Is that terrible? Is that terrible for me to say that? Dead or alive? There's something creepy about her. About me, Adam? Something creepy about me? Da-da-da-da-da-da. 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 And in October, I'm thinking if my daughter agrees to possibly go on a live ghost hunt, live on the channel. Do you like that vintage Dead or Alive with DearDana? He's not talking about your creepy paranormal witch. Although I like calling you Willow better. Ghost. Do-do-do. See, we talked about a dark subject. We talked about malignant narcissists, and at least you know to stay very clear of them. Because they are capable of many dark things. And if you are in that position, save yourself. Make the correct plans and save yourself. Please say a little prayer for me. I find my diamond. I think when I was playing with my dog, my little Cleo that was this big, well, now she stands up and we can dance together. And I'm thinking her claw pulled one of my prongs down. That is what I'm thinking. But tonight is such a calm night. Yes, ghosts are my friends too. Do you know the difference between spirits and ghosts? Do you know? Who knows the difference between spirits and ghosts? Oh, thank you, Monica. Okay. Spirits, when a person passes over and they have been able to connect with the light and move on to the other side, you're a spirit. When someone who's left their body, who has refused to go to light, it happens. They're stubborn and don't want to go to the light, or they're confused and don't understand that they're dead and don't go to the light. That happens. They hang around and want to linger where they are and don't go to the light, or think they're waiting for someone. Those are ghosts. Ghosties. The ones that hang around are ghosties. Spirits leave. And can, if you've crossed over to the other side, you can have a tendency to be in two places at once because your energy. Ghost, sometimes, if they don't realize they've passed, an intuitive, a psychic medium, whatever, I don't like those words. I really don't like those words. Something else needs to be done about that. You can, if they're confused, help them cross over to the light. But the ones that are just stubborn, that don't want to cross, that just want to say, oh, well, they're the ones that tend to just stay where they are. Sometimes they might be afraid they're going to go to a HE double hockey sticks and don't want to go anywhere, not knowing what the light is about or whatever. Ghosties. How can you tell the difference when you're visited by a ghost or a spirit? Usually spirits have a lighter energy, and it's usually someone that you feel connected to. There's a warmth, there's a love. You don't have a fear. You'll get a sense of peace, or it's just a different feeling. There's a little bit of a heavier energy to a ghost. It feels more like a clumsy energy, if that makes sense, or a detachment. You don't feel any sense of how do I put it? You just don't feel any sense of connection whatsoever to a ghost. Does that make sense? Shelley said, I just did a haunted asylum tour last weekend. How was that, Shelley? Now listen, residual hauntings are not a ghost. Residual hauntings, when you go into a building and you hear or maybe even feel things, buildings, old buildings especially, that are made of wood, brick, plaster, especially brick, stone, wood, things like that, those kind of materials act like tape recorders. And they can hold old energy just like a tape recorder. Do you understand what I mean? You know how tape recorders and old ways of taping sound and stuff used to be on reels? Residual hauntings are not ghosts or spirits. It's just where the house or the wood or the brick or the stone held onto energy and sound, and it was like a tape recorder. So sounds and energy will replay, and you'll hear it like a haunting, but it's just like the building is replaying old sound and energy. Does that make sense? That's why they call it a residual haunting. It is not really a ghost or a spirit. We can have a talk about all things paranormal night if you wish as well. Would you be interested in that? And I can help school you on some of that stuff. Shelley said, very interesting. Caught a voice on a recording on my phone and was very cool. Good job. Very interesting, Monica. Cool. Well, we will plan on that very soon. October would be very cool to do all that business since it is Halloween month. But there's me and my mute. I don't need people to mute me. I do it to myself. Native Americans understood so much that we just tried to shut down. Just because things happen in the world, energy, spiritual stuff, paranormal things, does not mean or take away from our love of the Creator or God. It doesn't. It just means it is a part of everything. It's a part of everything. When the planets, split off, look at everything that had to happen to create every essence of everything. You've got everything that's different in the United States. Look, when you go from state to state to state, just in the United States, how different things are. When you go from America to France to this, to this, to this, how different things are. How different languages formed. People just need to open their eyes. It wasn't an accident. People just want to put everything in just a solitary box. There is a greater consciousness, a greater intelligence, and it's not Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or just UFOs. And we can't put everything just in one understanding. I just want to see good humans, caring, loving people that are not cruel, that don't judge others, that are just good. Yeah, like Shoeless one says, then you go to Australia and you're like, what's going on in this place? They got kangaroos and koalas, and my friends who's Puerto Rican said burning red candles is naughty. And we got all these different belief systems. And who are you going to say is right and wrong? Are we going to love people differently? Come on. Just don't hang out with people that hurt people and that are mean and cruel. Just do the next right thing. Be a good human. Is that so hard? Help people. Love people. Vintage Optimism says, I can't wait for Karen Huger candles. Yeah, they're probably going to be $50 a piece. Or more. But on that note, I guess I will be wrapping up. This was just a real calm thing tonight. Even when I was doing my prayers and doing my singing bowl. Now it's going to make me a liar. Just all smooth tonight. And I was like, this is a very heavy subject. I don't know where it's going to go. Everything was just peaceful. And the energy was real zen. All the way through. But I want you to know I love and care about all of you. I do care about what happens to you, how your day's gone, how you feel, and your opinions. And what you want to learn about, what you want to do in here, what's going on in your life, how you can learn more and feel better, right? We don't have to be in a low, heavy place. We don't. Oh, you make your own candles? Do you put your own scents in it? I love candles. I burn one every day. Oh, thank you, Sweet Sand. I appreciate all of you being a part of this community, and I appreciate the intelligent conversations that we have as well. Just be good humans. I know all of you are. Thank you for coming tonight. I'm excited to see all of you Saturday, and the beautiful soul that sings like an angel that I want to introduce you to. And let's all just cross our fingers and send out good juju to the universe that the one right person that needs to see and hear her will be connected and come. I'm sending love, love, love to all of you. And just remember, your vibe attracts your tribe. And on that note, I will see you Saturday. Bye, everybody. Have a good rest of your week. And here we go. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, before I forget, please like, subscribe, and share. Bye, everybody. Oh, that wasn't long enough, was it? Let's do that again.